So I don't listen to those groups, bishop, I don't know what, because God gave me my head.
So he doesn't listen to those groups, bishops, and then what? Because God gave him his head. But then he goes on to say, hey.
Pastor Patience, Bishop Patience.
It's a joke. It's a joke to him. It's a joke.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with nothing but a stroke of a pencil, two Ugandan cartoonists have delivered a savage political message about the controversial rise of Museveni's daughter, Patience Rwabwogo, as a bishop. I think I'm going to have to go on and show you what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Spire Ssentongo and none other than Chris Ogon of the Daily Monitor are the ones who have entered the debate, and their cartoons are raising eyebrows. Look, their drawings do not merely celebrate a new bishop in town, Patience Rwabwogo. No, they poke at the much bigger question of power, of influence, and the growing collection of titles within the Museveni dynasty, you might argue. Now, we're going to start with Jimmy Spire Ssentongo. You realize that he takes some sort of a provocative angle, in my view. I don't know. This is my personal interpretation. You realize that Patience Rwabwogo, if you want to go on and see that, she has a staff in her hand, which Jimmy Spire Ssentongo is using as a metaphor for political power, with Muhoozi positioned, as he's always been, to wield authority against his political opponents using that one. As you can see, he goes on to say, sis, could I borrow your stick? To him, this is a stick. And now he's not going to go on and be like, hey, give me that rod, I'm going to go on and beat people with it. No. But now this is another weapon or tool of influence. You know, many folks in the religious sector now will be afraid to speak against the dictatorship, the lawlessness, and the impunity of Muhoozi Kainerugaba because they know there's a sister of Muhoozi who happens to be a bishop, not an ordinary Christian bishop, who might report to them, to his spoiled brat brother, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, and Muhoozi Kainerugaba might come and, you know, start using the same, what he calls a stick, to beat them. And then there's another one of Chris Ogon. We're going to come back to Jimmy Spire Ssentongo. This is Chris Ogon of the Daily Monitor. This one takes aim at the ever-growing list of the titles and positions within the Museveni dynasty and family, from the position of the president, who presents himself as this elderly man with a philosophical mindset that should be revered, respected, and protected at all cost, and then to the general, and then to MP and Minister of Education, name it, you know. So these are two cartoons, two strokes of a pencil, and one explosive question. Is Uganda witnessing the rise of a political empire in one family or family? We're going to have to reduce. Okay, get rid of that background noise. So the cartoons, as you see them, they may be satire. We laugh. I'm going to have to read you a few comments from people here. But the questions are really, really, really serious. So let's go on and see what people are saying in the comment section. But before we actually go in the comment section, Museveni doesn't believe in this. You know, Museveni at this moment, he says he's very happy, I think, this one he says, I want you to listen to how Museveni opens his speech. It is a joke to him, but he's not going to refuse to take advantage. He's going to take advantage of the religious or religion weapon, having a daughter as a bishop, But listen to how he starts his speech. You're going to know that Museveni doesn't care about this, about Patience becoming bishop.
Her Excellency the Vice President, all the other leaders, Bishop Patience.
See? To him, it's a joke. He actually means it. When he says, Pastor, Bishop, oh, he doesn't care whether she's pastor or she is a bishop. To him, it's a joke. He's never taken religion or spirituality seriously. He uses it as a weapon. Remember, he used to call himself Qasim. That's a Muslim name. When he was fighting the regime of Amin, in order to appeal to the Muslim community, he presented himself as a Muslim, just like his brother Caleb Akandwanaho, who calls himself Salim Saleh. It's not Salim. And you have others, the likes of Shaban Bantariza. Shaban Bantariza is a Christian, was a Christian. But they all presented themselves as Muslims. So he's not going to deny the fact that he's going to take advantage. Now he's able to manipulate a swath, a myriad of believers. Now that he's got a daughter who is a bishop, like I said, this is not ordinary title. Actually, he went on in this speech and said, my father was nothing, or we never cared about religion, but can you believe I have a whole bishop? To him, it rings that bell of, hey, this is power. Remember, your focus should be power and consolidation of it. That's why he goes like, hey, pastor, bishop, and then he even laughs because he knows it's a joke.
Pastor Patience, Bishop Patience.
This Patience woman is delusional. Like, she has believed her own lies. I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, probably they planned with Museveni. Absolutely not. She's believed her own lies because it means it's a joke. Come on, Bishop. Look at her. Okay. Now, that's why I say that Museveni knows it's a lie. Remember what he said? This is what he said a few years ago.
Because you remember Jesus was killed by bishops.
Jesus was killed by bishops. And then he went on to say.
So I don't listen to those groups, bishop, I don't know what, because God gave me my head.
So he doesn't listen to those groups, bishops, and then what? Because God gave him his head. But then he goes on to say, hey.
Pastor Patience, Bishop Patience.
It's a joke. It's a joke to him. It's a joke. He doesn't care about it. Okay, look at this man, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, hiding here, telling her sister, could I borrow your stick? For what? To torture his political opponents like he's been doing, like he's known for. It's really, really sad. And then you have another cartoon here where Museveni says, God has been so good to us. And then you have lackeys, minions, acolytes, stooges, emissaries, all of them seated in admiration. And you have all of them in yellow. This is probably he's trying to say this is some sort of a cult. All happy, listening to Museveni's lies. God has been so good to us, and rightly so, to them, but not to these wananchi, the ordinary Ugandans. Many of these, apart from a few who occupy positions of power and influence, many of others, Ugandans, if there's still some that support Museveni, are sleeping on empty stomachs. It's a joke. It is a joke. And then let's go here. I saw another cartoon from here. This man said, you had forgotten. So this one edited. a picture. And I know many of you are actually asking, what do these caps represent? This one is Muhoozi Kainerugaba. This one in the middle is Museveni. This one is the recently graduated kid. What's his name? Ruhamya, Muhoozi's son, who graduated from Royal Sandhurst Military Academy. And then this is Patience Rwabwogo right down here. And then this is Janet Kataha Museveni. You have this one in the religious sector. Museveni being the one in the middle, influencing everything. It's sad. And ultimately, money. Money is everywhere. The only way they are, if they don't use fear and manipulation, they're going to use money. So that's why you see this person's like, hey, this is what you forgot. Money. That's what they're going to use. It is a joke. It is a complete joke. That's it. I thought I would show you those two cartoons. Let me know what you think. Am I forgetting a certain angle, perspective in as far as interpreting those two cartoons is concerned? Please go on and let me know. I would truly appreciate. Yeah, that's Museveni dynasty, Museveni empire, taking shape. With and if really Museveni had a heart that has emotions, isn't he sad? How do you give birth to one son who is a sociopath, who abducts and tortures people for sport? He enjoys it. It's not like we accusing him. No, he enjoys it. He posts on his social media platform after torturing people. Then the other one is completely delusional. Believes herself to be a reverend, no, a bishop. What? It should be sad for him. But hey, they say you reap what you sow. How do you run away from all these contradictions that have necessitated the consolidation of the criminal regime? You end up having to hide yourself in the religion, or that's Patience Rwabwogo, fear, or having nothing to say. Oh, let me hide myself in a religion, or you end up having to be replaced or to have Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who won't hide the atrocities committed against his political opponents or yours. What a sad family.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.